CMC? I mean, how big an issue? CMC is usually, everybody's focused, in my book, focused on efficacy and the exciting science, and we'll worry about CMC later. But I see that tripping up more and more companies, especially in the clinic, almost than any other thing second to efficacy. I mean, has that been your experience as well as, Jean-Michel?
To some extent, Alcon is really well positioned because it has built really one of its core competencies in looking at developing a formulation for the eye. And we've been able to improve on formulation from some of our collaborators, or reformulate, or sometimes just help it, guide them to the end games. So we are relatively flexible. Maybe because it's part of our DNA to address it, we face challenges, but we've been relatively successful at overcoming them. But we will certainly, before we move to full phase confirmatory, so explore pretty much phase 3, we'll make sure that everything has been answered. We don't want surprise late in the game.
Correct, and I think all the companies here. I mean, this is how, particularly in the specialty space, these companies came to be, was formulations, really repurposing drugs with validated pharmacology. Now we've kind of, as an industry, gotten in a segment. There's a lot of basic science being done in ophthalmology, but I remember going back 15 years ago, if you looked at angiogenesis and oncology, there's this many papers you could pull. Ophthalmology was like this much. So now a lot of science is being done just for ophthalmology, and I see that. I still believe it's early days in ocular surface disease, so it's nice to see some eye-specific basic science being done to help unravel some of these mysteries.